Atheist Roundtable, a gathering place for rational people.
Funny pictures and videos.
Profound atheist quotes.
The religious going crazy.
The latest news.
World domination.
Casual discussions.
Baby eating.
The ultimate forum for a lively dialogue. Come join the fun at atheistroundtable.com.
David Barton, Glen Beck's historian. Renowned evangelist and sweetheart of Glen Beck's audience, David Barton has been gathering something of a reputation as a historian. This despite his own denial that he or anyone should be saddled with that particular title. I don't consider myself a historian because I'm not sure there is such a thing, Barton once said on the program Face to Face. He went on to explain that the overwhelming amount of material available in the Library of Congress, nobody could possibly take in enough of the information to qualify as an expert. Nonetheless, Barton continues writing and publishing historical, or according to some, revisionist historical, manuscripts for the nonfiction shelves of bookstores and libraries. One individual who takes umbrage with Barton's questionable claims about such historical characters as Thomas Jefferson is the author of Liars for Jesus, Chris Rada, who has dissected many of Barton's claims for such publications as the Huffington Post, and who is currently working on her own book, which will be a point-for-point response to Barton's book, The Jefferson Lies, exposing the myths you've always believed about Thomas Jefferson. The Mormon Church is keeping its distance from Mitt Romney. In an effort to avoid the appearance that their church is colluding with the presidential campaign of candidate Mitt Romney, Mormon Church leaders have taken great care to distance their evangelism and PR campaigns from Mormon presidential candidates' election operation. Among the steps they have taken is to place a lengthy statement on their website which includes the disclaimer that their church doesn't endorse, promote, or oppose political parties, candidates, or platforms. The church also intentionally avoided buying advertising time for their ongoing "And I'm a Mormon" ad campaign in the early primary states. Also, at their annual general conference, leaders and speakers were careful to make no mention of the upcoming election. For a church which has never shied from political involvement in the past, most recently having become directly involved in California's anti-gay marriage legislation, Proposition 8, both through political action and monetary donations, the voice of the overwhelmingly Republican LDS Church is conspicuous by its absence. Whether the onslaught of attention from the election or near election of a Mormon candidate will be a positive or negative thing for the Church of Latter-day Saints remains to be seen. A teddy bear to indoctrinate your children. John Hagee Ministries has a new indoctrination tool for the evangelical Christian parent. It's called Promises to Grow Scripture Player. Designed to saturate your child with pre-recorded scripture, it will bless and inspire him or her to trust in the Lord and serve Him daily. Another stated goal is that it will instill fear and admonition of God. This plastic contraption plays pre-recorded scripture in the voice of Pastor Matthew Hagee, and it can be inserted into a cuddly teddy bear, which is also included. Oddly enough, there is no list of included scriptures for parents to review before purchase. After all, how many parents would not want to expose infants to the X and R-rated biblical stories of incest, rape, murder, and genocide? The commercial promoting this indoctrinating teddy bear also features some wonderful scriptures about love. For example, love is patient. Love is kind. Love does not envy. Love does not boast. The selection of these scriptures is ironic considering the controversial statements Pastor John Hagee has made during his career. He has stirred up controversy by saying things like the Catholic Church conspired with the Nazis to exterminate the Jews, and that Hurricane Katrina was God's retribution for homosexuality. He also denies the very existence of the Palestinian people and claims they have no legitimate claims to the lands they inhabit. For only $39, you can indoctrinate your children with lessons pre-selected by a man who is arguably racist, homophobic, and a historical revisionist. However, at least a few of the selections talk about love, an obviously foreign concept to Pastor Hagee. Man attempts to set record for world's longest Koran. 25-year-old Hussein al-Qarsan is attempting to get his name in the Guinness Book of World Records by writing the world's longest copy of the Koran. When finished, the scroll is expected to roll out to close to 6,000 meters or 3.7 miles. Although he had originally planned to perform his feat in just 6 months, Mr. Qarsan had difficulty maintaining the pace necessary to finish the project in such a short time. After less than 1 month, he has completed 13 of the more than 500 pages the Holy Book contains while working 16 hours a day. After complaining of back and neck pain, his doctors have prescribed painkillers so that he can continue, albeit at a mere 5 hours a day. At that rate, he will not be finished for another year or so. Organizers, who have raised over 100 million dinars, or about $83,000, had planned to showcase the record-breaking copy this year in Najaf. But that event has been postponed amid delays and allegations of corruption. Undaunted, the young Iraqi continues to work at the project and feels proud of what he is doing, while seemingly oblivious to the ironic situation that he's placed himself in. You see, as a good Muslim man, Hussein knows that the Koran specifically prohibits consumption of alcohol. However, should he be successful, he will be remembered as the Muslim who made it into a record book conceived by the director of a brewery. Cheers.